Hey guys, welcome to Beginning HTML. This is for my students in web design. Today we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about um, what makes up HTML, what is it used for, how do we identify it, and how does the structure work. So that's what we're going to do today. If you look over here, I've got a lot of the information. I can always move myself over a little bit too as we're going. So HTML is basically the language that makes up any web page. So that any web page that you see, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Google Docs, Gmail, whatever, it's all written in HTML. So that means that anything that shows up in your web browser, and your web browser again is Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Microsoft Edge, any of those one of those browsers, if you see a page in there, it's made up of HTML. Okay, so HTML boils down to an agreed upon group of code words that represent elements on a page, and those elements is what builds the page. It builds the structure of the page. Okay, anytime that we see a greater and less than sign surrounding a grouping of letters or a word, that is a tag. Okay, so anytime that you see that greater and less than sign, that is a tag. Okay, and we really use the word elements and tag as the same thing. So whenever I say elements, I mean tags. Whenever I mean tags, I mean elements. So in this way, in this sense, that they are the same thing. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, HTML is what we call plain text language. That means that we can edit it in any one of these things over here, these applications. So we can edit it in Notepad, Text Wrangler, TextEdit, Dreamweaver, Front Page. We can edit in any of those things. And what's beautiful about that is that we don't really need a really expensive program to edit HTML. HTML itself is free. So that means that we can write it in Notepad. We can write it in TextEdit. We can write it in Text Wrangler. We can write it in brackets, and it'll all come out the same. So just remember that HTML is free. It's if you're looking for a free thing to learn, it's right there. And to publish HTML, you don't need any kind of expensive software. All you need to do is save it as an HTML file. Okay. So again, HTML elements are called tags. Tags represent the different parts of the HTML page. So there are different parts of the HTML document. Okay, we're going to go over those in a minute. All tags begin and end with. So you have your beginning tag. If you look at it right here, this is your beginning tag, HTML, and then we have to have an ending tag. So every tag that begins has to end, and the ending tag always has a / in front of the same letters or word. Okay, so in this situation we have our beginning tag as HTML, and we have our ending tag right here is /HTML. Okay, so that's all there. There are some tags every once in a while that are closed themselves. So in this situation you could see we have BR and then we have a / and then close. So there are a few tags in the HTML language schema that close themselves. We'll go over them later, but they're just few and far between. Most tags begin and then end. All right, so these are some of the other tags that do not have closing tags. We have the BR, stands for break. Image stands for image. You can see that we have no closing tag there. And then HR right there, you can see right there, HR does not have a true closing tag. So these three right here represent most of the tags that simply do not have a closing tag. So that's how we're supposed to close them instead. Okay, now order of HTML is really important. HTML does not recognize empty spaces or returns. So that means you can write an HTML document and you can have a lot of space between your tags or elements, okay, and the browser will not recognize them. The browser will not see them. Okay, so it's really important that order of the tags is consistent. Okay, if we don't order our tags correctly, they're not going to work. Okay, so just remember that spacing doesn't matter, order of the tags do. Okay, and the order of the tags also determines something called nesting. Now, get used to that term because nesting is going to keep coming up again and again and again, and we're going to have to talk about it, in order to get our HTML to display correctly. Okay, so nesting is when one HTML element or tag contains another HTML element or tag. So nested tags must end in reverse ways. So in this diagram up here, and we're going to get to this in a little bit, you're going to see its use and its application. But you can see here we have body, and then we have something called a P tag, and then a B tag, and then we have text in between. So it has regular old text, and then we have /B/P/body. You can see that our tags are reversed in the way that they're ending. This is called nesting. And again, you guys are going to have some more exposure to this as we move along and we start putting pages together. But this is something that you kind of want to get used to, the idea that A, B, C, C, B, A, or 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And that's how we're going to be beginning and ending our tags. Okay? All right, so every page has the following tags. If you look them up, you can find them. They're all over the web. Any web page, website has these tags in their source code. Okay, we have HTML right here. The HTML tag signifies that it's an HTML document, and the HTML tag begins and ends the document. Okay, the head tag creates information about the web page, but does not display the information. So if you have information in between the head and the /head tags, it's not displayed on the web page. Okay. Then we have the body. The body begins is all the information that's inside the web page. So if you see text, images, videos, if you see any kind of headlines, that all that information is going to be in the body of the page. Okay, so every web page right here, we have, and then this is our basic page structure right here. So all this right here, that is our basic page structure. So we start off with the HTML tag. That's always starts off in the beginning. Then we have the head tag, and then the /head, and then we have the body and the /body, and then finally at the very end we have /HTML. Okay, and /HTML will end our HTML page, and nothing will go below that. So nothing will go below that tag. All right, that's when your page ends. All right. So all information about the HTML page goes in between the body/body tags. That means that like any kind of text, any kind of images, anything like that goes in there. And remember, it doesn't care about space. So if you look here at this example right here, oops, go back, you can see that this text right here, this will show up in the HTML page. Okay, so if you code this into an HTML document, save it, and then open it up into a browser, that text will show up. Okay. Okay, so big picture questions is, what are tags? How do they function with the browser? Does HTML care about space? No. What really matters is arranging the tags. What are the basic tags for every page? And remember, we went over that HTML, head, and body. Those are the main sections of the page. Okay. Where do we put information if we wanted to show up in the browser? We put that into the body. And then finally, what programs can we edit HTML with? We can edit it with Notepad, Text Wrangler. We can edit it with any type of basic text editor. So again, it's very easy and very cheap to write HTML. You could do this on a Chromebook. You can do this on your dad's 10-year-old laptop. It doesn't matter. It's a very easy thing to write. So again, any questions, let me know. But again, this is our basic setup of what is HTML. Thanks.